It's time for the Playmaker Spotlight with Executive Coach and Vistage Chair, Dick Smith.
Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome once again to the Playmaker segment of the Get Down to Business radio show. I am your host, Dick Smith. I'm the CEO's business coach and award-winning chair for Vistage International. And tonight, I'm very thrilled to have with us as a guest a fellow by the name of Kibler. He's the president and CFO of Scrip Companies, headquartered in Bolingbrook. From their website and our conversations, I've determined that for over 40 years, Scrip Company has been providing value-added health and wellness products and services to customers worldwide. Currently, they're like a mini Berkshire Hathaway. They've got 5 major brands that they represent, including massage equipment and supplies to massage therapists across the country at Massage Warehouse. Their second business, physical therapy equipment and supplies, covered by Advantage Medical and ProMed Products Express. They also carry spa supplies and equipment for spas and salons at New Life Systems. For chiropractors, there's quality chiropractic and supplies and equipment at Scrip Hesco. Is that the...
That's right.
Okay, great. And finally, they supply customers with home medical equipment and supplies through Allegro Medical. They've been in business, as I said, for over 40 years and carry over 40,000 product lines. And tonight, again, we're very pleased to have Cray with us. Cray, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Dick. Great to be here.
Hey, give us a little bit more background, Craig, on how you came to be president of Scrip Companies.
Well, my trip has been an interesting one. I was trained as an accountant early in my career, but I always wanted to be more involved with the business side of things. So I started to pick up corporate orphans, things, parts of businesses that were being neglected or undermanaged, and I at least didn't break them. So I was rewarded with more and more opportunities to do that until I took this position as CFO and COO some years ago.
Oh, okay. So you came to work for them how many years ago?
I came to work for this company in 2006.
Okay, great. And you're now you're the big kahuna.
I am.
There you go. And responsible for all P&L and the growth of the organization.
That's correct.
And so tell us, what is this thing you and I talked a little bit about, complementary and alternative medicine, or the acronym CAM, and why is that growing and so important to you?
Well, think of CAM as just wellness, right? And all of the businesses that we have, chiropractic, physical therapy, massage therapy, home health, they all fit the trends of what's going on in our healthcare and our society. We all are being asked to, because we should, take more ownership over our own healthcare, our own wellness, and all of the markets that we participate in are part of that. Chiropractic is a wonderful therapy for folks who have neck and back pain. Massage therapy is a wonderful therapy for many kinds of conditions. And quite frankly, it just feels good because the research tells us that people enjoy being touched, and that's a huge part of massage therapy. Physical therapy, as we're all asked to become more active and want to be more active and do things, folks like you and I go out in the yard and pull something or break something, and then that leads to physical therapy. I've personally experienced all of that. And then our home health business is very interesting. It's a perfect fit for what's going on in healthcare. I mean, the trend in healthcare is to take great care of you at the hospital, but get you out of the hospital and home as quickly as possible. And all the research shows people want to recover at home, not the hospital, not the nursing home.
Sure.
And so we sell all the things that would facilitate that.
Yeah, so you've picked a great niche to be in, healthcare in general, and then people recovering from injury and all that stuff. I know I'm a big fan and lover of spa treatments and therapies. I used to be in the meetings industry, so I was very fortunate to travel to some very upscale resorts and started getting massages in, probably my mid-20s. And I swear I've told my wife I want to buy one of your tables, and because it's the biggest deal. I get massages at home. The poor lady has to schlep this big table, so I probably need to talk to you on a sidebar to get one of those. So anyway, so how does a privately held company like yours compete with the huge distribution systems like Amazon, mega distributors, of course, that are out there on a national basis?
That's the right question, because first of all, those kinds of mega distributors, they raise the bar for everyone, and that's great for the customer. Our challenge is we have to compete with that. So the first thing we have to do, Dick, is we have to execute really well every single day. I mean, we have to mirror the best-in-class customer experience that whoever the competitor is. And there isn't anybody right now in distribution that Amazon isn't a competitor of. But we have other competitors, too, that range from brick and mortar to online, or like we are, both. So we have to execute really, really well. We still believe there's value in being a one-stop shop with product expertise. We actually understand and know the products that we sell and how to use them. And for us, particularly versus the online companies, the ability to call our company and talk to a knowledgeable CSR who will help you figure out what you need. And if necessary, we'll put you on hold and we'll call the manufacturer and find out what you need. That's a very, very powerful tool.
I would agree 150%. I'm in my mid-60s at this point. I start to feel like a curmudgeon when I expect people to answer the phone when I call to rent a car or
Look,
whatever.
We see that in all of our markets, and the age of our customers ranges. It's every demographic you can think, but customers still like to talk to somebody,
they do,
especially when something's wrong.
Yep.
When they got the wrong thing, you don't want to send an email. You want to talk to somebody and know that you were heard, and have somebody on the other line say, "I can fix that for you."
Yeah, don't get me started on customer service that has a recording or send us an email. We'll get back to you. I don't want to talk about American Airlines and a recent experience I had. They could be a sponsor on the show. No, just kidding. Anyway, tell me about this thing about freight. We touched a little bit when you and I talked before. Right. Why is it such an important issue to you?
Well, freight's an important issue for me and for any business because it's incredibly expensive. In our business, we spend more delivering packages to customers than in all of our payroll dollars combined.
Oh, my goodness. And how many employees do you have?
We have 140 employees.
Wow. And you spend more on freight.
I spend more on freight than on the total talent that it takes to run the business.
Wow.
So it's a huge spend. That's why it's important. But the other sort of macro trend we have going on is the devaluation of freight in the customer's mind. Companies that offer free and discounted freight all the time are inadvertently teaching customers that it doesn't have a cost.
There's no cost.
And that's just false, right?
That's right.
So we work very hard to execute to get products out of our warehouse as quickly as possible to compete with those kinds of companies. And in some cases, in one of our markets, our home health business, where the customer really needs that product quickly, we've decided that as a business our size, with one centralized warehouse, we can't get it there as quickly. We've partnered with some other national distribution businesses in the medical arena to get our products out more quickly.
Sounds like a very smart strategy on your part. Now, my question to you is, are you investing in the development of drones?
We are not yet drone ready. We're going to let others. We'll let others take their lumps there.
I just close my eyes and envision these things look like bees crashing into each other and dropping pianos on people or something.
I think we're a long way away.
Well, anyway, moving along here. So tell me about the technologies that you're employing to make your company better, faster. Now, you used the word stronger, not cheaper. Help me with that.
Well, technology is everywhere, right? It's in our warehouse. Simple technology we're putting in our warehouse now we think will help us get packages out 2 hours faster. Mm-hmm. 2 hours matters in this arena, right? Mm-hmm. It just matters in speed of delivery. We had a very old phone system, and I use the word phone system because what I had was so old, that's all it did. It was how we talked to the customers. We've just put into place what we would call a customer contact system. Mm-hmm. It's one IT phone product that captures all customer contact in one place. It keeps track of every inbound fax, and yes, we still get orders via fax.
Sure.
Every inbound email, every inbound phone call, and all in one place. Our customer service team can see how many phone calls are holding, how many customers are waiting for an answer to their email, how long it's been since we received their email, and so on and so forth. And all in one place, it lets us see our customer response time and manage it. Prior to this system, we didn't have visibility to that. Mm-hmm. It was not easy to see how old an email was.
Sure.
And just like you're saying, Dick, the customer sends the email and hits send. They're already looking at the clock, waiting for the response. The clock is running.
Yep, I get it. So you buy it, you want it yesterday, not in a while, right? So tell me a little bit about what's next for script companies. You guys into the acquisition phase, all organic growth, a little of both?
A little of both. We have made a lot of acquisitions in the time I've been there, and we'll continue to be opportunistic there. Right now, we're just focused on investments that will help us execute better. So as I said, we've got some things going on in our warehouse that will allow us to be a little more nimble. It will allow us to get more packages out on the same day that they're ordered, which is very, very important to our customers. We are going to continue to invest in our websites. The web experience is paramount. About 70% of our orders come through our websites.
Right.
And all you have to do is go to a company like Amazon or others to see what a world-class experience is. And if I can't provide it, trouble.
Well, we're almost out of time, I'm afraid. That went really fast as far as I'm concerned. Perhaps we can have you back on the show at some point, Craig. Craig Kibler, President and CFO of Script Companies located in Bolingbrook. Thanks again for being with us. You certainly have a great success story, and good luck going forward. I'd like to thank our listeners for being with us on another segment of Playmakers on the Get Down to Business radio show. And until next week, I'm Dick Smith. You can reach me at dick.smith@vistagechair.com. If you're interested in any of our peer advisory groups, I'm the CEO coach and award-winning chair for Vistage International. Wishing you a very exciting and successful week in your business. See you next week.
You might be suffering